Why would a doctor leave KKM to go into aesthetic medicine? Some of you might have seen my previous video on TikTok about leaving KKM. It was a few months ago, and really it wasn't a dramatic decision. I was just tired. I didn't want to spend the next 5 years of my life running on sleepless nights, being tired, and then getting scolded at the 30th hour of not sleeping. I remember one on. You can hear. Is that an ambulance? Or what? Okay. I remember this one on call where I couldn't sleep the whole night and I was so tired. And then I still had to work from like 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. again, or at least 4 in the clinic. And I don't know, I just felt stinky and I felt tired and I was like dozing off and I had to see patients and I was like, I don't want to do this. I want to give quality care, not tired care. I also love sleep, but at the same time, I still love learning. And aesthetic medicine felt like something different, more hands on, and it was more skill based. It actually excited me to start learning again because aesthetic medicine is just a different kind of medicine. And I was in plastic surgery before this, and we did a lot of the aesthetic, not really aesthetic, a lot of surgeries to correct your body and how you look and stuff. So aesthetic medicine, I think, is something that's kind of similar yet not the same. But I felt like it was on a similar path, and so why not give it a try? And this has been something a lot of people told me before I signed up, which is there are so many aesthetic clinics right now. But for me, that wasn't a reason to avoid aesthetics. If anything, it made me curious to understand the field better. Learning something is never a loss as long as you learn something from it. So I was like, why not? And my friend also contacted me and she was like, hey, you want to join aesthetic medicine? And I was like, okay, maybe, yeah. And then we did try to decide on a program. We were looking at a few programs together. A few of it were MAC, which is Malaysian Aesthetic Certification. And then there was Dr. Ko Academy and also IIWAM. And I did use ChatGPT to compare them for my situation. I ended up choosing IIWAM because for me it fit where I was currently more. It made sense for me at that time because I was not attached to a clinic, number one. Number two, IIWAM covered both theory and practical, and they also helped provide a center where I could bring my patients or clients to do procedures without like being attached to a clinic. Because at this time I wasn't attached, or I'm not attached to a clinic yet. Financially, it worked out better for me instead of splitting it to multiple parts, especially because I joined with my friend and they have like a friend rebate. But I'll be honest, I don't think there's any best program. It's just what program suits you. Like I have friends who are doing MAC and they're doing part 1 and then they get attached to a clinic to complete part 2. That's also a pathway. It just depends on your situation. Aesthetic medicine still requires proper training and responsibility. It isn't something to take lightly. I'm joining aesthetic medicine not to chase trends really, but for me it's a way to keep learning and practicing medicine, like learning something new, giving you a reason to learn and get excited again. I don't know exactly where this will take me yet, but I do know I want a life where I can still learn without burning out totally. If you're curious, I'll be sharing little updates of my journey in aesthetic medicine on my TikTok and maybe here also. I don't know, I'm trying YouTube for the first time. This is like my first video. So I don't know how it'll do, but yeah, come along and watch my aesthetic journey. Bye!